Well, from the Syrian refugee crisis to political outsiders leading the Republican Party, we have a lot to discuss this morning with U.S. Congressman Scott Perry. Good morning. How you doing?
Good morning. I'm doing well.
Ready for this?
I am, indeed.
All right, let's go for it. Well, the Syrian refugees, the president has already authorized $4 billion in funding to try to help out that situation, but he also wants to admit 10,000 of the refugees here to the U.S. What is the right move right now?
Well, I think the big question is who are these people? We don't know who they are. They don't come with any paperwork. We have a passport. And when ISIS and Al-Qaeda are saying they are embedding some of these folks right in, their folks right into these refugees, that's concerning for our safety and our security. So the process normally takes about 18 to 24 months, and they're looking at accelerating that. I think the responsible thing to do is to figure out how that happens.
Where are those people during those 18 to 20 months?
That's exactly right. And I think another diplomatic question is why aren't countries in the region, there are many that are, but think about Saudi Arabia or Kuwait. Some of these very wealthy oil nations, they're not taking any. Okay. Why is that? And then how do you prioritize? You got the Chaldean Christians. This isn't an issue of, somebody didn't like the way I ran my barber shop. These people have been persecuted to the point of losing their lives, many of them. And is there a hierarchy? Is there a prioritization based on what your belief is? And should you be a refugee based on that?
Well, definitely we'll keep an eye on this. So staying in the Middle East, talking about the Iran nuclear deal. Looks like it's pretty safe right now when it comes to trying to override it like the Republicans were trying to do. Is there anything left to be done at this point, or do you just have to wait until maybe there's a new president to readdress this?
It looks like we might have to wait till there's a new president. Of course, Iran just announced that they have a new find of uranium in Iran. It's just very auspicious, right? How about that? There could be another vote in the Senate, but again, the Senate haven't even debated the issue, let alone vote on the issue. And that's what I think citizens can do, is urge their senators to vote on the issue. Let's know where they stand.
Okay. Do you still feel like this is a really bad deal? Is something that's really going to put us in danger, even if we can't change it for a while?
I do question from a safety, from a security, and from a stability standpoint. We are giving Iran, the greatest known terror organization, hundreds of billions of dollars. And what are they going to do with that? And it's not a question of now when will or if Iran will get a nuclear weapon. It really, literally is a question of when.
Well, the other side would say that we have time now to maybe maneuver and work towards them not doing that, because now we're talking with them at least a little bit more.
Time for Iran to become much more strong over that same period of time militarily. And that's a question and an issue for us.
All right, well, we're talking about possibly a new president to address that. That brings us over to the Republican debate coming up this week. It's the second one. It's a big one, and all the outsiders are leading. We're talking about Donald Trump and Dr. Ben Carson. Why do you think they're doing so well?
I think it's a frustration. They see a system that doesn't seem to work in America, where we're supposed to have co-equal branches of government, and the tension where everybody's going to get what they want, but each side gets a little of what they want and they move forward. It seems to be top-down now, kind of just a narrative out of the executive branch, and Congress almost seems irrelevant. I think they want to change that paradigm, and they want to see some things get accomplished, not just talking points, but things actually moving forward for the things that they're interested in. Say like the Iran deal, where we don't turn the Constitution on its head and just say the president can do this either way without the two-thirds consent of the Senate. I think many people have a problem with that. They see that the general party apparatus hasn't provided a solution to that, and they're looking to the outside to find a solution.
How does that feel as being an insider technically right now?
I'm frustrated as well.
Okay.
So I'm very frustrated as well. I would like the system to work, and it isn't.
All right, so people are going to be looking for you eventually for possibly an endorsement.
Right.
When do you make that decision? How do you make that decision?
I think we have a long way to go till this shakes out. We have a lot of great candidates, and there's turmoil on both sides. I don't think we have problems right in front of us right now that are attracting my attention. I think that's the appropriate place for it to, where the attention is to be.
I hear you. Last thing, the tenor of all this right now. There's been name calling. There's been tweets. People fighting in different ways like that. Is that the right way to go right now, or you think it'll shake out?
I don't think it's ever the right way to go, but it is the kind of the flavor of our society with tweeting and faceless name calling. Where you're not, there's no attribution. And it's what people have become used to. So while I found it unpalatable, it is the way of the world now.
I guess. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Joe.
Have fun back in Washington, where the name calling continues there.
But the Pope's coming.
The Pope is coming.
So maybe that'll bring things down a little bit.
There's some hope for you right there. Also.